My first run is a horse called Silver Springs. She's done nothing except she placed in early 2 starts. She's matured, she's looking better, she's working well. I think I have to be this horse called Fashion Icon.
So talking about Prince of War, he ran second last time. How good are the chances for the races tomorrow for Prince of War?
Prince of Our first time in his life he's run a decent race last time. Though the company was very weak, this time the company is much better. We've got Fashion Icon and Flashing Famous. These two horses have run good races also last time. So I've got to beat them.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Esperanza is a talented young filly. She's done well on this track earlier, and although she's widely drawn, she has fast legs, and I think she'll run well. The main danger, I think, over here is Portofino Bay, and perhaps Fighton will also be in the fighting. So I think it'll be a close race between these horses.
In the second race, the DN Zorge plate, I've got Red Merlot. He's still not up to the mark. He's had a problem with his legs and he's just coming back. I still think he will need a few races before he reaches the optimum.
In the second race, I've got Portofino Bay. She's a very nice filly. She's won me 2 races and 4 starts in Bombay. She won me the Group 3 Gules Poonawalla Million. I've beaten Fighton, but that was Fighton's first run. And I had the benefit of 2 runs before winning the Gules. She's well. I'm running her in a 5. I think she'll go very close to winning.
All right. Sir, talking about Fighton, he's just come back from Bangalore, had some good races there. How do you think he's going to fare in Pune?
In Bangalore, he ran a good 7 furlong race. Then I tried him in the Colts trial, but he didn't stay the distance. Now I brought him back to the minimum distance of 5 furlongs. He's got a lot of speed in him. He's well in himself, and I'm expecting him to run a very good race. He's running against Portofino Bay, who has beaten him in Bombay, and I have to compete with him again today.
Amazing. In the third race tomorrow, we've got Aries and Sentinel running. How's it looking for both of them? How have they worked, and what are the probable dangers?
Well, both the horses ran the same race. Aries was a very talented horse, but he started behaving a little badly at the gates. So to get him past again and to get him going, it took some time. So he's behaving himself now. I'll be very happy if he just behaves himself and runs a nice race. But Sentinel has worked well, and he ran a blinder of a race in the previous outing. He was not too far from the winner. So let's see if I can open the triple header weekend with a winner.
Absolutely.
In the third race, I've got Daulat Mai. I've got a penalty. I've offset it with an allowance, and I think she's very well placed over here. I think I give her a good chance here.
Jetfire ran in Pune. He ran 4th to his stable companion Pure. He was carrying a lot of weight. This time I've taken a 5 kilo allowance, and the distance is also 1200 meters, which will suit him, I think. He should run a very good race tomorrow.
All right, sir, you've got Galloping Head racing for you on the races for Sunday. Tell us what you think of Galloping Head.
Galloping Head, he came from Bangalore, and he was a little mad in the gate. Now I got the permission to run that horse. And tomorrow he's running the first time with me and without a whip. And he worked well, and I think he will run a decent race. 2-3 horses are there, but this is the apprentice race, it's an open race, and that Naren's horse is there. But I think inshallah he will run a good race. He's open and he's running first time, that's why I can't say much, but he worked well.
All right, Faisal, you've got Simsim competing in the third race tomorrow. How good are the chances for Simsim? And also tell me if there are any probable dangers for the set.
Simsim has got a benefit of a run. She finished a good 5th in her last start. And I think she missed the kick a bit. And this time I have 3.5 kilos allowance on her. I think she should be right there. She should run a fair race, and there are quite a few horses, which can be a danger for her. But if she runs the way she has in the past in the previous Pune season, I think she should be right there.
Third race, I have a horse called PYRRHUS. She's been a little unlucky. She's had about 9 starts and yet to win a race. She's done a decent third last time to Generosity. I think the race is between DAULAT and my horse.
So talking about Decacorn, who's run one race in Bangalore and now has come to Pune, how do you think are the chances for Decacorn?
When he ran in Bangalore, he was not very 100% fit. He ran a good race. He ran to the front and he ran second, got beat by a good horse. He's come back to Pune, got him ready for this Panchsheel Million. I hope he runs a good race. There is competition, of course. You've got AZRINAZ and Zafira, who have also run a good race in Pune. I have to beat them.
Yes.
Then I have a horse called Endurance. He disappointed in his last start here. It started raining and then he didn't like the kickback. He didn't perform like the way he ran in Bombay. Nonetheless, I pitched him in the deep end. There are 2 horses, Racing Romance and Zafira, who've had a first start here. They run decent races, but the timing of the race is very poor. My race, I got beat to a good horse who subsequently came and won. Of course, I ran nowhere in that race, but nonetheless, I think my horse should run a good race.
You've got AZRINAZ running in the Panchsheel Million for the races tomorrow. How's the preparation going for AZRINAZ, track work and at all?
Well, she's a hot-headed filly and she's worked extremely well. Her previous run, she was not far off from Misty and Generosity. She finished close 4th in the Poonawalla Auction Sale Million. And she's become stronger now and she's matured now. So she's behaving much better. And let's see, there's a horse called Racing Romance which is running that race. But I'll give her a run for the money.
I have Racing Romance running in the Panchsheel. She ran a good first run. She came in, she really didn't know what was happening the early part of the race and she came in well, came in pretty strong. She's come on from that and I think she'll run a very big race for me.
Yeah.
In the very next race, the Panchsheel Million, there's a very well-bred filly of mine, Roll the Dice. She is a very good filly, but I think she may need this race because she ran a green last time. And I expect her to be a little better, but still shy. I think she'll be on board, but.
And we've got Zafira racing for the Panchsheel Million. Tell us, how's it working for Zafira and how good are the chances?
Well, she had a good lung opener in a 1,000-meter race. She ran a good second. I thought she was a little underdone for that, and maybe the 1,000 was a bit sharp for her. 1,200 is definitely right up her alley. She's trained on, she's feeling well, and I expect her to go close.
Anyone to look out for in this field?
I would imagine Racing Romance is the horse because she was a fast finishing third. She's finished very, very close to me behind, so I'd imagine that she would also have trained on. So yeah, I guess it's between the 2 of us.
Talking about ahead of my time, you're a winner of the Indian 2000 Guineas at Bombay. After that, you've been getting beat to a lot of good horses. You think 1400 will be too sharp for him?
He has to get a start this season, and this was the ideal race to run. We'll pick him up from here, and then we go in for the Pune City Gold Cup, which is a mile, and then we'll take a call after that. So I think this was the ideal race to start off with. 14 may be a bit sharp, but it would suit him also. I mean, with the absence of Northern Lights, yes, he does stand out. But you have to take into consideration that the 2 horses, Golden Neil and Successor, both have had a run on the opening day, and Golden Neil is in top form, barring the Indian Derby and one blip where he's run just a shorted second to Pride's Angel in Class 2. He's won all his 4 starts. And with the benefit of a run and me giving him 6 kilos, it's a bit of a scare, but my horse has all the class, and God willing, he does things right. My only doubt with him is his temperament. Barring that, he's done very well, he's worked very well, and I hope he wins.
Talking about Joaquin, who was a winner last time in Pune season in 2 starts. After that, he had a bit of a problem. You think he's recovered completely to compete in this grand race?
Yes, he suffered a setback in the Bombay season. He underwent a tie back. But he's fine now. He's had a mock and his pacework seems all right. I think he's back to where he belongs. He's facing some younger competition in the likes of Ahead of My Time and Golden Neil, who's joined the group races now. I think it's going to be between these 3 races, and I am hoping that my horse wins.
All right, you've got Count of Savoy racing at the Johan Poonawalla Turf Club Trophy tomorrow. Tell us, how's it looking for Count of Savoy?
It's looked to be a very competitive race. It's tough. I think Ahead of My Time is a horse everybody has to beat. And Golden Nile, who was won very impressively last time out. My horse run is a decent race, and I'm hoping him run a good race.
All right.
Then the 5th race, I've got Golden Neil, the winner of the Indian 2000 Guineas. But again, my horse started his career very late. He missed out the Guineas that year. And he has progressed after that. He's won a lot of races. And it is a progression now. And he's a horse on the up. A horse on the up always has the advantage. And I think I have the advantage of a run. And the weight difference is 6 kilos. That's quite a bit. So I would definitely think I'm better placed than Ahead of My Time. I think the other run of Dallas Successor would probably be a better horse because he's slightly better placed on the scale. But again, like I said, that's an older horse. This is an up-and-coming horse. So I definitely like my own horse.
We've also got Golden Kingdom and Euphoric. Tell us how good are their chances at this race and if there's anyone that they should look out for.
Well, Euphoric is going over this trip for the first time. He's by Planet Air, and I feel that he is, bred to stay. Should get the 9 furlong. It's a bit of a trial and error, so I'm just hoping he runs a good race. Golden Kingdom has been a nice horse overall. He has been sort of shaping up nicely. He's had a good campaign in Chennai. We had brought him to Bombay, but unfortunately we could not run him. He's gone for a mock race. He's feeling well, and I think he should run well. The 1800 meters will be right up his alley again. I think the horse to watch out for over there is Wall Street. I think everyone has to beat that horse. He's got very good form. He's worked well. He's very fit. So I guess that's the horse to beat.
And then you've got Wall Street racing at the 9 furlongs for the races tomorrow. Tell us how's the preparation going for Wall Street?
He's working well. He's always been a very good work horse. And I always thought he stays well. That's the reason I'm running him 9 furlong first time out in Pune season. Though he doesn't have a run, and there are horses who have a run advantage. It's my time who had a run advantage. So he has his class. I hope he comes in. I mean, the only thing is that he's carrying 61 kilos and running after a big gap and hoping for the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have Chamonix running the class 2 9 furlongs. She's a nice filly. I ran her in the Stayers Cup in Bangalore. She did well for me there. She ran pretty close, and I think she'll run a good race here.
So talk about It's My Time. Very impressive winner last time out. He's gone up a class. You think he can handle this company comfortably? And who are your probable dangers?
No, I think he's a very, very good horse. He's very talented, and I've always thought very highly of him. Of course, he's gone up a class now, and you can't take it away. There's Wall Street in the race, who's run 3rd in the Indian Derby to Mira and King's Ransom. He's been gelded first time. Of course, he's giving me a good 9 kilos. I've stretched him over a 9 this time. He's bred to stay, so I think he will get it. He's well within himself. And the other horse is Pacey's Chamonix, who's had some good form in Bombay. She's an older got-abroad filly of his by Dunedin. These are the 2 dangers in the race, but God willing, my horse should repeat it.
Absolutely.
In the sixth race, I have a horse called Flaming Lamborghini. I have produced him a little too soon because there are no races. I think a very, very competitive race. There's a horse called Chamonix. There's a horse called Place Vendome, though he's winner of only one race. He's come from Bangalore. Horse called Golden Kingdom is a good mock race. It's My Time is a form horse. My horse. I think it's a very, very competitive race. If It's My Time gets the trip, he gets my vote.
In the last race, I've got Majestic Warrior. I think it's very difficult to beat a horse. She showed a lot of speed called Generosity, and that's the horse we all have to beat.
Then I have Generosity, who's received quite a penalty. She's running a 5 furlong again. She's very talented, and as you saw in her last run, she really did it well. So I do think that she'll be right there in the shake-up. There's a good horse of Dallas is in the race. It's also a good sprinter. So let's hope for the best.
In the last race, I've got Irish Gold running. He had a run this season. He was a little disappointing. He ran 5th to Time and Tide and Snowfall that day. He did need the run actually. He was a bit thick. He's come out better from it, but it'll be very difficult to beat Generosity, who won very impressively, and she seems a 5-6 furlong specialist. She's very, very fast. The 5 might be sharp, but the race got divided and we decided to accept with him on a conditional scratching. So he'll go close, but difficult to beat Generosity.